Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I want to let you all know, please keep eating. Please keep smiling. Please, for some of us, please keep waking up. But we're going to go ahead and get started with a wonderful introduction to Arapahoe County this morning. If you're an Arapahoe County resident, you already know what makes this place so special. From our vibrant suburban communities to rural, wide-open spaces, Arapahoe County has everything our residents need to put down roots, raise families, start and run businesses, and embrace the endless opportunities that Colorado has to offer. So when we asked residents what they want most from their local government, the message was clear. Invest in the essential programs and services that will make our community thrive.
That's why we've launched Investing in Arapahoe, a commitment to protecting and enhancing the services and programs you need and expect.
In today's economy, we know that every dollar matters, especially your tax dollars. Investing in Arapahoe is a pledge to transparency and accountability in how your money is spent.
Thanks to voter-approved funding, we're investing in services that matter most to you. Safer communities, stronger infrastructure, and support for those in need.
We're improving roads and bridges, creating housing solutions and homelessness prevention and response, and enhancing public safety with a focus on long-term impact.
And we're doing all this while ensuring financial responsibility, so your investment creates real value for everyone in Arapahoe County.
To make sure we're on the right path, we've created a resident advisory committee to oversee the investment process and ensure alignment with resident expectations.
We're excited to stand up this new committee and work with residents to ensure transparency with your tax dollars as we build a better future for us all.
When we invest in Arapahoe, we're investing in you, your family, your community, and your future.
We are proud to serve Arapahoe County and hope you'll join us as we
Invest in Arapahoe.
We like it too. We like it too. So again, good morning, Arapahoe County. All right, I just need to make sure everybody's with us. We are so excited to have you with us today for the 2025 Arapahoe County State of the County Address. My name is Leslie Summey, and I am honored to be the chair of the Arapahoe County Board of Commissioners. I'll be your MC today. As we do at the beginning of every meeting, would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Let's get started with our program, shall we? But everyone, please continue eating. We will not notice if you get up to go get some more food. It is okay. Just go do what you need to do. We have a lot of very special VIPs with us here today, and as I call your name, would you please stand so we can acknowledge you? I'm starting with my colleagues on the Board of Commissioners, with Commissioner Carrie Warren Gully from District 1. Commissioner Jessica Campbell from District 2. Commissioner Jeff Baker from District 3. Commissioner Rhonda Fields from District 5. Also with us, we have Assessor P.K. Kaiser. Woo! We have our Clerk and Recorder, Joan Lopez. We brought with us today our Coroner, Dr. Kelly Lear. We have our District Attorney, Amy Padden. And we got the man with the plan, the best sheriff in all of the United States of America, Sheriff Tyler Brown. Don't get it twisted. And we're going to follow him up with the best treasurer in all of the United States of America, Treasurer Michael Westerberg. We have many of our mayors and city council members here today. We also have several state and special district and other county elected officials from all over. So would all of you, if you are an elected official and if you are on any of those councils, would you please stand also and receive some recognition? Because we couldn't do this work without you. And in the audience, we also have many of our economic development partners, our cultural and educational partners, our nonprofit friends, our business leaders, our small business owners. We have boards and committee members, and of course, we have some of our residents. And let me say, we welcome all of you also. But today, we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to sit down. Our theme this morning is arresting. Our theme this morning is investing in Arapahoe. And that's on purpose. You may remember that last year at this time, my colleagues and I were up here talking about our budget constraints and the consequences if we didn't fix it. We spent a lot of time and effort getting out, talking with residents and all of you to better understand what was at stake and what was expected of this county. Let me tell you, they were not easy conversations, but they were absolutely necessary. We heard a consistent theme whenever we asked about the Arapahoe County budget. Our residents told us to invest in the essential programs and services that make our county thrive. Does that sound familiar?
It sure does, Madam Chair. And so, how did we do that? Well, first, we put Measure 1A on the 2024 November ballot, and we were blown away by the response. More than 70% of voters, yeah, that's a woo, said yes. And with that vote, our community chose to invest in some of the most important things in our community: safe streets, reliable infrastructure, affordable housing, and meaningful solutions to homelessness. The ballot was the first step, but the real work has started this year. And it couldn't be happening at a more crucial time.
That's right. Government funding is always tricky, but this year it's a moving target due to all the uncertainty at the federal and state levels. So federal funding is up in the air, making it a little difficult to determine which program could be at risk. Hint, it absolutely changes on a daily basis. This is important because almost 17% of the county's budget is from the federal government. Add to that the fact that the state is also in a budget crisis, and you can see why we're a little bit worried. But despite that doom and gloom, we believe the road ahead is both urgent and promising.
Despite these new budget constraints and unknowns, we know that it is time to act with intention and foresight. We know that every dollar matters and every decision carries weight. That's what investing in Arapahoe is all about, making decisions that don't just solve today's problems, but those that position us for a better tomorrow. Our residents put a lot of trust in us, and we understand the magnitude of the responsibility that comes with that.
That's why we're committed to using the new resources from 1A to strengthen essential services and programs that benefit all corners of our county, from roads repairs to emergency response to housing assistance and mental health. We're also committed to transparent process that demonstrates our accountability. That's why we formed a 10-member resident advisory committee to provide oversight, feedback, and guidance throughout the investment process. We're excited to begin our work with this committee. It's another way that we're investing in Arapahoe by giving residents a direct voice in how their dollars are going to be used. We've also created a landing page on our website to talk about investments and the positive impact they will have on our community. We hope that you would check it out.
One of the frequent questions we're getting is, how does this 1A stuff fit in with the rest of the county's work? So let's talk about that now. Our work is driven by our strategic plan, Arapahoe Forward. It provides the framework for everything we do at the county, from accounting to water planning. We met with our fellow elected officials earlier this year to review and update that plan to include our investments as part of 1A. And you can read the entire plan on the website. It would take too long to go through that now, so go to the website because we have included a link on the handout at your table. There are a few things that we would like you to remember, though, about Arapahoe Forward. Most important are our strategic focus areas. These areas help us shape our policies, provide direction, and give a set of objectives that help us fulfill our mission and vision.
Our new 2026 focus areas are safe and healthy communities, economic resilience and stability, sustainable growth and infrastructure, and workforce and community prosperity.
Underpinning these focus areas is our internal focus on good governance. Good governance ensures operational excellence by removing barriers. It helps us deliver exceptional service. It holds the public trust, increases collaboration, and promotes transparency. Most importantly, it helps us understand and respond to community needs, interests, and values. To better illustrate how these focus areas apply to our work, we will use them as the basis for our conversation today. So let's dig in.
All right, so the work that we do every single day helps build a community where all people feel secure, supported, and can access essential safety, health, and social services. A thriving community relies on strong public safety, public health, and human services. By addressing economic stability, mental health, substance abuse, education, and housing, we work to break the cycles of poverty and enhance well-being. Through victim services, crisis response, and community engagement, we foster safety, connection, and support for all people. These are ambitious goals, and they are achievable. So let's look at a few ways we can create safe and healthy communities.
I've got one.
Alrighty.
And one of the biggest and most high-profile projects we've worked on is a perfect example of our desire to create safe and healthy communities. I think you all might be familiar with oil and gas regulations. Anybody? Maybe? No? Okay. Well, we were very intentional with our work in refining our regulations. We worked tirelessly with residents and community groups, industry, our public works department, to develop these new regulations, which are some of the most stringent in the state. The work we did in 2023 and 2024 is now being realized. So just a quick overview. Key updates include increasing setbacks for oil and gas operations. That means moving operations 3,000 feet or more from homes, bodies of water, planned reservoirs, daycares, schools, hospitals, etc. In 2024, we strengthened requirements, adding for 24-hour water and air quality monitoring. We added requirements for financial assurances independent from the state requirements, and we mandated independent third-party oversight and will now require soil testing before operations begin and remediation in the event of spills. And in 2025, we're continuing this work as we set up our new inspections program. These efforts reflect how investing in Arapahoe means protecting public health and our environment through thoughtful, community-driven policy. As you know, oil and gas regulations are complex, and these improvements represent our continued commitment to safeguarding residents, natural resources, and our growing communities.
Also, keeping our communities safe is our district attorney, Amy Padden. she and the members of her office, we welcome them to the county, and thanks to a recent change, the 18th Judicial District now serves only Arapahoe County instead of the 4 counties that it covered before. For the past 3 years, stakeholders from Arapahoe, Douglas, Elbert, and Lincoln counties worked together to prepare for this change, and in January, it happened. As part of the change, we identified shared service areas that could be leveraged by DA Padden. That allows her staff to focus on core services such as victim support, diversion programs, investigations, and much more. But I have another example of safe communities. Last year, Sheriff Tyler Brown's office assumed law enforcement duties for the entire town of Bennett. Previously, both Arapahoe and Adams County split patrol duties, much as the town is split between the 2 counties. The new agreement provides for patrol duties and corresponding investigative and supervisory support for the town of 3,500 residents. 2 new deputies and a part-time detective now provide full coverage for the town and 24/7 access to the Sheriff's 911 Communication Center. We just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of this arrangement, and we heard great things from Mayor Oakley and their council about that. Think of it this way. Bennett is investing in Arapahoe to create a safe community for its residents.
Yes. And I'm happy to share that enforcement of a new parking ordinance for unincorporated areas of county-owned property and county-owned properties started January 1. That wasn't enough, but I'll go with that. This was
Y'all don't understand it was a big
right.
deal.
You don't understand. You don't understand. This was a monumental effort to address the many, many abandoned vehicles we have in pockets of the county. It was a multifaceted problem that needed a multifaceted solution. So we engaged Sheriff Brown, our Public Works and Development Department, and our county attorney to create the ordinance. Now, sheriff deputies and other designated staff can issue parking citations and tow abandoned vehicles. That includes cars obstructing the road or interfering with road maintenance and are parked or parked in a no parking zone. We've made measurable progress already, and we're looking at how we can refine the process even more effectively. And I know that I am grateful every time I go out and I see our wonderful sheriff's deputies at those hot spots, and I am incredibly grateful. Incredibly grateful. So thank you so much to everyone who helped make that happen.
As Carrie said a few moments ago, the work we do helps build a community where people can access essential safety, health, and social services. It also requires a strong public health department, and we have just that.
Yes, we do. Yes,
And you know, we've spent a lot of time the past years establishing and focusing on the immediate needs of our residents. But we also have our eyes on the future. And to help us better serve and be partners with our residents, we've completed our very first community health assessment last year. The assessment gives us an overview of the county's health status, and we can use this data to strategically inform and prioritize the health issues we address. Now that assessment is done, and our director, Jennifer Ludwig, and her staff are in the midst of next steps. It's a 5-year plan to improve the health and the well-being of our residents. Another way the department is improving health is through prevention points. That's our new harm reduction van. The van is designed to reach individuals who face barriers accessing traditional healthcare settings. By bringing services directly to communities across the county, The initiative ensures broader access to essential health resources. The mobile unit also offers a range of service from the distribution of Narcan, from opioid overdose, testing of HIV, hepatitis C, and other sexually transmitted infections. It also provides test strips to detect dangerous substance. Prevention Points was made possible through the Colorado Opioid Abatement Council, using funds from the Opioid Settlement Agreement.
So what we're talking about here is access. And we've spent a lot of time and effort in making government services more accessible. This year, in 2025, we've been working to implement House Bill 211110, which requires the state and local government websites and technology be accessible to people of all disabilities. And I know that we've partnered with many of you in this room to make that happen. The law extends accessibility standards to include all individuals with disabilities. Though this is tough work and also very rewarding. We know that these improvements to our technology will help residents get the services that they need with greater ease. Another great example of this is a pilot program we participated in with the University of Colorado at Denver. The program is a phone app called Point It Out. It uses your phone's camera and overlays directional information onto the screen of your phone. So for example, if you walk into our administrative building, you can see where the motor vehicle department is, you can find the treasurer's office, you can even find things like the restroom. So it's a great tool, and we're excited to see it in the hands of folks who come to visit us.
So let's change gears a bit and talk about economic resilience and stability. That's one of the focus areas of our strategic plan. We know that a strong economy is critical for our long-term success, and we're doing the work to get us there. We invest in programs and services that provide access to capital and resources. We support affordable housing. We provide essential services. These efforts support the long-term economic resilience, increase job opportunities, and help us maintain and improve affordable housing. So we'd like to take a moment to talk about a few of our successes in this area in the past year.
We actually have a new tool that highlights our ongoing need for affordable housing options in the county. It's called a market value analysis, and it provides clear, data-driven insights that guide how we invest using our federal housing dollars. It helps us to shape local policies and target solutions where they're needed most. So who can use this tool? Really pretty much everybody: residents, policymakers, developers, and housing advocates. The tool can help others better understand market trends and help us to work together towards real solutions. The tool shows us just how urgent the challenge is. Rents in Arapahoe County have risen 35 to 40% in 4 years. That leaves many of our families paying more than 30% of their income just to keep a roof over their heads. And this is difficult because 30% is considered housing burdened, meaning that families aren't able to afford other items like food and health care. So today, a typical family of 4 earning the median household income of $85,000 can only afford housing in 1 of 9 areas across the county, 1. And those are areas where homes have a median sales price of $257,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see a whole heck of a lot of housing options out there for that price. The market value analysis tool helps us to see the problem clearly and inspires us to take action and build a stronger, more affordable future for all of us. So while we're talking about affordable housing, I'd really love to showcase some recent projects that we have done in partnerships with folks in the room, helping us make headway. Last year, we helped expand housing options by supporting 2 new developments. The first is Eagle Meadow Homes in Aurora, which offers 141 affordable units for households earning 30 to 60% of the area median income. We allocated $2 million from the American Rescue Plan Act funding to help families gain more access to quality 1, 2, and even 3-bedroom homes, which is really unusual. Likewise, with our partners in Littleton, we worked on Overlook at Powers Park, which is offering 51 affordable 1-bedroom apartments for lower income adults 62 and older. We supported this project with federal community development block grant funds and home investment partnership funds. This helps our older adults find safe, stable housing and demonstrate our commitment to investing in housing solutions across the age spectrum.
There are so many amazing projects, commissioners. I'd like to share another housing-related program that is making a tangible difference in residents' lives. You may be familiar with the GOALS program.
Yes.
That's a generational opportunity to achieve long-term success. It's a residential housing program at the Oxford Vista campus. The program helps families experiencing homelessness or housing instability by providing housing and wraparound services. Things like childcare, education, and employment service from AD Works.
This past year, we had some extraordinary news about the program. An evaluation by the Center for Policy Research showed that more than 90% of participants secured stable housing after just 4 to 9 months in this program. But that's not all. They also boosted their annual wages by more than $8,000. They improved their mental health, and they were 24% more likely to access educational support like tutoring and school supplies. GOALS is proof that investing in Arapahoe, especially in our families, builds stronger communities for tomorrow. And it's yet another example of the work that we're doing to fortify our economic resilience and create a better future for our residents.
And we all, yes. It's amazing. It's an incredible program. And we all know that Arapahoe County has been in a growth phase for several years now. And why wouldn't people want to live, work, or play here? We're number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, we are. And while growth has been measurable and steady over the past several years, we want to ensure that our growth and our infrastructure are sustainable. We are keenly interested in ensuring we have the resources to meet the demands of future generations, which means managing growth responsibly. We do that by implementing smart growth policies, some of which we'll talk about in a moment. It means prioritizing capital improvement projects to ensure our infrastructure can handle the growth that's happening. And it means supporting environmentally responsible development, which absolutely includes public transit. So speaking of transit, in a different way, you've probably noticed a lot more electric and hybrid cars on the roads these days. We certainly have, and that is why we are excited to say that after our year of collaboration, we completed our first regional electric vehicle, or EV, action plan in 2024. That plan is our strategic roadmap to help the county, municipalities, and other partners work together to create a future-ready network to support the growing demand for plug-in electric vehicles. We needed to act fast because those cars, they're coming fast. By 2030, Colorado is expected to have almost 1 million electric vehicles on the road. So by investing in EV infrastructure in this plan now, we're making it easier for residents and businesses to transition to cleaner, more sustainable options while helping to protect air quality and public health across the region.
When we talk about infrastructure, you tend to hear us talk about roads and bridges. But there is one facet of growth that many of us believe is one of the most important assets we have. And it's one of the first things we think about when we talk about sustainable growth. Water. Water is one of our most precious resources, and planning for its future is essential to our success. That's why we embarked on a countywide water supply study last year. The good news is that there are adequate supplies of water in existence right now to meet the projected growth of the county through the year 2050. But adequate is not enough. That's why the study also provides recommendations to strengthen our land use policies around conservation, recycling, and responsible development. We must ensure that we manage this critical resource as wisely as possible so our communities can continue to grow. One of the places we use a lot of water is at our detention center. And we've just completed one of the critical phases in creating a new medical and behavioral health areas there at the detention center. We're in the process of a $46 million ARPA investment that created new kitchen and laundry facilities that will help manage the growth that we've seen in the jail. Just a few weeks ago, we toured the new areas with Sheriff Brown, and we were very impressed with the results. The expanded kitchen and laundry areas will allow us to be more efficient with our water and resources, and they provide a safer environment for our detention center staff and the people in our care. This $46 million investment is one of the most significant ways we're investing in Arapahoe by ensuring our infrastructure meets both our operational needs and our human obligations. Because most importantly, this was a critical step to create space for a new expanded medical and behavioral health area. As you know, the jail was not built for the daily population that we're seeing now. So these two new areas will allow the sheriff to better monitor and serve those with medical and behavioral health needs. This project reflects our commitment to improve safety, efficiency, and the overall quality of life for both staff and those in our custody.
That was a fun tour, wasn't it, Commissioner Baker?
I'm just glad they let me out.
This time. So we, the county, have a new asset in our open spaces portfolio, and you might be familiar with it. It is called the Highline Canal. Yay! So in June of last year, we were able to celebrate a big milestone for our Open Spaces program, and that was the transfer of 45 miles of the Highline Canal from Denver Water to Arapahoe County. Now that transfer includes a conservation easement held by the Highline Canal Conservancy, and that will permanently protect the canal as a national and a natural open space. Yes. We're protecting that canal for years to come. This is the next logical step in the canal's history, and we're working with the Conservancy, Denver Water, and other regional partners to transform the 71-mile water delivery system into what we know it already is, one of the nation's premier urban trails and green spaces. And so Arapahoe County has been a strategic partner with the canal for years. We've invested more than $11 million in canal projects such as new bridges, trail underpasses, trailheads, and signage. So this is a legacy project, one that exemplifies how investing in Arapahoe also means preserving what makes our communities special.
That's right. While we're talking about open spaces and sustainability, I want to jump in on an exciting opportunity in my district. Early last year, Arapahoe County acquired 362 acres of property along the northwest border of Bijou Basin open space near Byers. This will expand the Bijou Basin landscape to more than 3,000 acres. It's part of our commitment to protect the land, wildlife, and agricultural heritage that define eastern Arapahoe County. This acquisition strengthens connections between the more than 15,000 acres of protected lands across the West Bijou Creek area. It will safeguard views and ensure that working lands and natural resources are preserved for generations to come. In the event that you want to visit this new site, please know that it isn't open yet, open to the public. Planning is underway to create opportunities for hiking, wildlife viewing, and connecting with the beauty of the Eastern Plains.
Okay, well, we've also got some cool stuff happening in District 2. So I want to share a big upgrade in my district, and that's the Dove Valley Regional Park in Centennial. For 35 years, Dove Valley has been one of our most popular and well-used parks. It's not just sports teams that use the facility, it's schools, families, and weekday lunchgoers, and more. It's important to keep an asset like Dove Valley well-maintained and responsive to the needs and desires of community. So last June, we celebrated the reopening of the park with our friends from Centennial with a slew of new features that will keep it hopping for years to come. We have a new dog park, upgraded athletic fields with water-saving irrigation. We have a new shade pavilions, parking lot, new playground, and, drum roll please,
Yay!
A brand new bike park that has state-of-the-art designed special mulch that helps maintain and hold shape of the track despite all the use it will get. The park is a vibrant symbol of progress and partnership because our community had a vision and we were able to help make it a reality and even find space for some cricket. I'd like to also highlight one more small, powerful way we're implementing and increasing sustainability in our county operations. Over the last 2 years, we have partnered with Denver Water to transform the 3-acre field behind the administration building into a more sustainable, diverse, and water-efficient landscape. The lawn, if you don't know, was a traditional Kentucky bluegrass, which, as you know, uses lots of water. Now, more than 60 species of native seeds have been used in this project to improve the health of the soil, increase water absorption, and even capture carbon in the process. Through this conservation, we are expected to save more than 1.5 million gallons of water annually. Wow. But yes, we try to lead by example.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and so in addition to the water we're saving, we're also increasing plant biodiversity, which helps restore the environment.
We are doing some cool things right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
The audience participation. We're doing some cool things in Arapahoe County. So let's turn our attention now to community prosperity. That prosperity comes from many places, but this morning we would like to focus on a few important programs. Certainly our workforce is one of the greatest indicators of community prosperity. And boy, do we have a great workforce, thanks in part to Arapahoe Douglas Works, our local workforce center.
Yeah.
AD Works invests in human capital, people, because we know that is truly what makes our county, our state, and our nation great. Investing in people contributes to regional economic vitality. AD Works does this by working with job seekers, offering no-cost employment assistance services that are customized to meet individual needs. They also provide business development services that help employers meet their recruitment goals and ensure a qualified workforce. They're doing so many cool things out there, like the new apprenticeship program that provides paid work experience along with classroom instruction. There's so much support for this program, which is why there's been a 66% increase in in-person visits and a 9% increase for services across the entire agency. This is an amazing program with a dedicated team that brings so much value to the county. We really hope that you will check them out and
Send people there. You need a job, you're looking for a job, go to AD Works. You're looking for help with your business, go to AD Works. Listen, just say go to AD Works. Go ahead and do that.
That's awesome, Commissioner Summey. Community prosperity comes in other ways too. And we've been over the moon with a project that helped protect a vital part of our community and their quality of life. I'm talking about the residents at Meadowood Village Mobile Home Park in Littleton. Now this community, when they learned that their community was set to be sold for $18 million, they knew what was at stake. They knew that their rents were going to start going up and drastically increase. That's hard enough on its own, but many of these residents are seniors, they're all seniors, on fixed income, and that any change could really spell disaster for someone in their community. This community is so amazing, and these residents joined together and decided to create their own cooperative to buy the property and avoid rising costs. So Arapahoe County stepped in with a $750,000 grant and another $75,000 to help cover inspection and legal fees. We did this in partnership with the great city of Littleton, and in January of this year, the residents officially became the proud owners of a new cooperative.
Yes.
And what this does is keep these homes affordable in perpetuity. This helps ensure stability, affordability, and a stronger future for those residents. We could not be more pleased with this outcome, and it's absolutely an investment in our community.
So good.
We're so very proud to have supported Meadowood residents, and we're also proud to support another segment of our community, and that's our veterans.
Yes.
You may have heard that Arapahoe County has one of the highest veteran populations in the state. Over 33,000 veterans reside here, and they represent about 6.5% of the county's total population. As proud veterans, Commissioner Summey and I truly understand the challenges of navigating the benefit system. That's why our Veterans Service offices, we have two, one in Littleton and one in Aurora, help submit 789 claims to the Department of Veterans Affairs. And the result, I'm proud to say that last year they were able to recover $12.2 million in benefits that go directly to those veterans. Right. That's nearly double of what they were able to do in 2023. Can we give another round of applause for our Veteran Service officers and our veterans?
We are fortunate to have veterans like Commissioner Baker and Commissioner Summey working with us to enhance community prosperity across Arapahoe County. I'd like to highlight a few more ways we are doing just that. The first is what's happening this year, but I know you can appreciate how exciting this is. I'm talking about the National Women's Soccer League.
Woo! Woo!
Which recently announced it would bring a new team to Denver. And while the team may play games in Denver, we knew we wanted their headquarters in Arapahoe County, just like we do for another large sports facility.
Who's that?
We partnered with the City of Centennial, thank you, and we stakeholders to ensure high-quality training facilities. We demonstrated our commitment to regional growth and opportunity. These new facilities will have a huge economic and community impact by raising our profile and creating new opportunities for youth engagement. The project reinforces our support for women's professional athletes and helping advance equity in sports and recreation. It's a shining example of how investing in Arapahoe means creating opportunities that elevate our regional profile and inspire the next generation. We have some folks here from the league. Would you please stand so we can recognize you? has a strong genesis right here, and that's our employees. We believe in the power of the dedicated employees who make the county run and provide the critical services we offer. So after a 2022 law that gives county employees the right to unionize, we were at the table. In August of 2023, the Fraternal Order of Police was recognized as the exclusive bargaining representative of the Sheriff's Office. In August of last year, we reached a tentative agreement with the FOP. And by December, members ratified the agreement and the board approved it. The agreement, effective this year, outlines terms related to compensation, working conditions, and other employment matters. In the fall of last year, our facilities and fleet management and human services employees voted to unionize with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipality Employees. We are working through those negotiations now. These collective bargaining collaborations promote economic equality, improve working conditions, and contribute to a more prosperous society.
There's another indicator of community prosperity that I'd like to share about that you may not directly and immediately connect, but it's elections. Elections are the foundation of our democracy, and keeping voter trust is absolutely essential. Last year, the Elections Division within the Clerk and Recorder's Office managed not one, not two, but 3 major elections. The presidential primary in March, the state primary in June, and the general election in November. As we say in Colorado, vote early, vote often. Woo!
We do not.
Okay, no, just once per election. No, yeah, just get your mail ballot in early. That's what I was saying. Yeah, more than 500,000 Arapahoe County voters participated across those elections. Behind the scenes, the Elections Division completed rigorous pre-election audits, testing, and post-election audits. This made sure that every result was accurate, fair, and trusted. That's the kind of transparency and professionalism that protects our democracy. Because investing in Arapahoe also means investing in the systems people can trust, especially when it matters most. Good job, y'all. And believe it or not, there's another indicator of community prosperity that we're proud of. What? Our county fair. Yay. Yeah. Giddy up. Our 2024 fair brought more than 25,000 guests to the fairgrounds to enjoy carnival rides, mutton busting, it's a real thing, fireworks, and concerts. The 4-day event showcases our Western and agricultural roots, which is why we love to honor and celebrate our 4-H participants. It takes nearly 5,000 volunteer hours to pull off this beloved tradition that is rooted in pride, partnership, and the spirit of Arapahoe County. We want to see you all there this July 24th to the 27th, and especially at Boots Not Suits on the 24th, which may or may not be my favorite event. So get your tickets now.
Yes, that was a good commercial for the fair, Commissioner Campbell.
Do my best.
Read that, thank you. So we have reached that moment that we're going to wrap up. We've covered a lot of ground this morning, and we hope that you all can appreciate all of the wonderful and amazing things that are happening in this county. But we are nothing without the support of our residents, our municipal partners, our economic development partners, our educational partners, nonprofit partners, fellow elected leaders. I'm talking about you, everyone in this room. So together, we are investing in Arapahoe, and the return on that investment is a stronger, safer, and more connected community for us all. So at this point, I want to say thank you all for joining us. Please be safe on your way out the door, and Arapahoe forward. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you all.
We did it.
We did it!